Welcome to a full data analysis course for beginners where we'll be looking at data visualization just like how you have here, and we'll be looking at data analysis, the use of pivot table, and we'll also be looking at data cleaning, which in the analysis part I'm going to also show you how to use the if statements. Sometimes you might not really necessarily need to use the pivot table. You can also use formula to do your analysis. So I'm going to show you the use of formula to do some part of your analysis and also data cleaning. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if you want to wait till you get your value, you can also wait. Now let's get started. So this is the data we are using. This is a long disease data that was gotten from the internet. So I'm going to be dropping the link of this data in the description. Do well to download it and also use it to follow this course through. So first thing you want to do, you can see that we have some columns. So let me just start here. The upper part where you have your alphabet are your columns, and this part where you have the numbers are your rows. So you notice that the rows, some of them are not properly fitted. As you can see, the row 14 and 15 here, 15 is like squished up, and you can also see that in the column aspect, so some columns are wide and some columns are just there. So first we want to do auto fits. So once you notice your columns and your rows are not properly fitted, you do the auto fit. So first data cleaning is the auto fit. So to auto fit it, we have to highlight everything. So you come to this the left hand side where you have this triangle here. You highlight it. When you click on it, it highlights everything for you. Then you just double click any of the tiny lines in between the alphabets. You just double click there, then it auto fit everything. You do the same thing for the rows. You auto fit the rows too. You just double click there. So you do that, and when you notice, because of the long name, you can still drag it if you're not satisfied with the auto fit. Let me just remove this filter. So you can still drag it. Sometimes it might be because something is longer than the rest, so you can still drag it. But when you have lots of data, it's advisable you auto fit. Then you can manually adjust the ones that you want to. So next we want to remove duplicates, because sometimes your data might be duplicated. It might be a manual record, so you need to remove the duplicates to work with the actual data. So to remove your duplicates, you click on the inside of any of the data, any part of the data. You go to data. Remember, we're looking for remove duplicates. So you go to data, then go to data tools right here. Then you click on remove duplicates. So then you have to check, when you click on remove duplicates, the box here will come up. Make sure that everything is ticked, because these are your column headers. You can see from age to recovered. Make sure they are all ticked, because it's going to remove duplicate on all those columns. So you click OK. You can see I had 94 duplicate, which if I'd worked with it would have made my record wrong. I'll have to start again. So before you go further, always make sure that you remove duplicates. And you can see now I have 5,109 records. So I click OK. So the next one we are going to do is identify the blanks, or fill in the blanks. You notice that there are a lot of blank spaces. Remember, this is a long disease data set, so sometimes you might not have all the records, or all the records were not given. So because this is a delicate data, so we're going to fill the blanks with unknown. So we're going to fill the blanks with unknown, because this will require them to go back to the person and get more data on all that. So it's better you leave it all the blanks as unknown. So to fill unknown to everything, you just go to home here. You go to editing by this side. You see find and select. You click on it. We're looking for replace. So you click on replace. and you say find what, find space. So you leave it, you don't fill anything on the find what because they're all empty. You want to fill in the blank spaces. Replace with, I want to replace with unknown. So then I said replace all. So when I click replace all, you can see now it has replaced the blanks with unknown to over 3,000 cells. So I click OK, then I close this. So now we fill out our blank spaces. So next we want to do is the standardized data formatting. So what I mean by standardized data formatting, like you have to check through. Now, before you do that, let's put in the filters, which will enable us filter out each column. So to put in your filter, just click on any of the header here, then go to data, then you see filter here. So you click filter, it puts in. So with your filter, you can see what is in each column. So instead of just scrolling down, your filter just help you filter everything out. So to standardize the data formatting, if you notice in column F, you'll notice that we have the medication starting from, almost the middle parts of the cell. And we also notice that the medication here, you can see the D is in capital letter. So it means that there is no standard. We need to standardize this column. So you need to check through on every column to see that. So to do that, let's add a new column. So to add a new column, just click on G because I want the column to be in front of F. So click on G, go to home, go to insert. So just click on insert. So it inserts a new column for you. So so next we are going to just copy the title. So let's copy the title up here, we paste it. So to standardize this, we are going to be using the trim and the proper function. So let me show you the difference. So let's do trim first. So any formula you start in Excel, you start with equal to. So let's look at the trim first. So we're going to use the trim function here. So with your trim, we're trimming column F. So we'll pick that and we tap enter. So when we trim that, the trim function only takes care of the spaces but doesn't take care of the capital letter in between. We have another capital letter in the surgery, can see. But so let's undo that. So now we are going to be using the trim and proper function. Now for the proper function, let's only use the proper function now. So for the proper function, when you use the proper function, it doesn't take care of the spaces, but it takes care of the capital letter. It makes just the first word capital letter. So we have to combine the proper and the trim function to work in this case. So we go back. So whichever one you want to start with. So let's start with trim. So we start with trim. Now when you put your trim, don't go and pick the text. Then you put in your proper. Then you pick your text now. Then you tap enter. So because I didn't close that bracket, it's asking me, do I want it to help me correct? I say yes. So now let's drag it down to C. So as you can see now, it has taken care of the spaces and also it has fixed the format, the data format. So then you don't have to drag it down. You see the tiny box here by this corner, this right hand corner. Just double click on it and it auto fills for you. Now we have the correct treatment type. If you go ahead to delete this column, for instance, you're going to be having errors. So let me undo that. So to avoid errors, you go to your new treatment type, which is column G. You copy it and you paste it back on G, but now on value. Don't just pick the first paste. Avoid picking the first paste, please. So pick the second one, which says values, which got numbers. So when you pick that, you can see it's no more attached. There's no more formula behind it. So you can now go ahead to delete your column F. So just Pick highlight your F, go to home, go to home here, then you go to delete. As you can see, we no longer have errors, right? Yeah. So that's sort for standardizing data formatting. So the next one to look at is incorrect um, data, or incorrect spelling, or should we say correct inconsistent data. So same thing, you check through on spellings to see. As you can see here, we have we have female, we have male. So we need to fill out the FE to be female. So you check through if you have anyone like that too. Okay, your column C is fine. Check column D. Column D is in numbers. Column E, it's fine. Column F is fine. They are all spelled correctly. And column H is fine. Oh, column H has one. It has two, N and Y. So let's start with column B, which we have fee. So first of all, you have to filter out the one that has issue. So this is FE. Go to OK. Then what you're going to do is go to find and replace, go to home, then go to find and replace, find and select, then click replace. And on the find, you're telling the system, please find me FE. I selected the column because I want it to be faster instead of the system finding the entire data sets. Just find on column B for me. So find FE and replace with female. So I say replace all. You can see just one replacement. So I said okay. So next I go back again. I say find me so I pick this one, the male. So find me MAL. That's find words, find MAL and replace with male. So I say replace all. So it is replaced. Then if you want to cancel your filter, you can cancel it right here. Clear filter from gender. So it will clear. Then we go to the next column where we had the incorrect spellings. Then that is the next column is column H, which is recovered. Then we click on it. So let me click out first. We click on it, then we pick the one that is having issue, which is N. Then I say okay. So I said on column H, find me N and replace with NO. So I say replace all. You can see the two has been replaced. And I check through, is there any other thing on that column? Yes. So Y now. So I say find me Y and replace with yes. You can do this without filtering it out, but just because I want to see it change, I want to be sure it has changed, so that's why I filter it out. So I say replace all, so I can see the result when it's changed. But if you don't filter it, you just assume that it has changed, then double check. So I say okay and I close that, then I clear filter. Another way to clear filter is you can go to data and clear here. So it clears all the filter on the data set. So that is it for the inconsistent spelling, or to correct inconsistent data. So next thing you want to do is to validate the data type. So you need to validate the data type. You need to be so that where you have age, when you're using it for your chart, it doesn't calculate for you. So you need to change the column for age to text. Well, we're changing it to text because it might be in number. So whenever you are using it, it's going to sum it up. So we don't sum up age, we don't sum up ID, we only sum up numbers, like if it's a sales document or is a sales or a profit stuff. But when it comes to ID, age, we always convert the number to text so that it doesn't sum it up when we're using it for chat or to calculate. Hope that makes sense. Next we want to check the gender. We can leave these ones because they're auto, but we can just change them to text. So let's change them to text, gender to text. Then you can change these ones to text too. So to change the text, home, you come to numbers, then you go to text here. So when you click on that drop down where you have general, you're going to see text. So just convert them to text. So I'm going to leave the longs and the hospital the way they are. I think I've changed those ones already. So next you want to do is to save a copy of your file. So you need to save your clean data now so that you can have the raw data just in case of anything. Then you have the new, the clean data to work with. So let's save our data. So save as, you can save like new. So it's no more a data. It it's no more a dirty data set. So we call this clean. So we save that. So that has been saved. So from now you can now document what you've done. What we did, just a summary of what we did the auto fit, we did remove duplicate. The third thing we did was to fill in the blanks with unknown. The fourth thing we did was to standardize the data formatting, remember, on column F. And the fifth thing that we did was to correct the inconsistent spellings. And then we saved a copy of the clean data. So if you have any question, please drop it on the comment section while we move to the next stage, which is analysis.